thought no one was going to ask me a single question, but you guys really came through. What's up, you guys? It's me, Saida, and I'm back with another video. As you all probably know, Instagram has this new question thing where you can put on your story a bubble and people can ask you questions. And I asked my Instagram followers to ask me questions about a various amount of topics. I told people to ask me questions about becoming an activist, starting in politics and advocacy, or just anything you guys wanted to know, and I'm going to be answering them in here, so I hope you guys enjoy. Look at my little ACLU pop socket. I got it at the ACLU Institute and it was amazing. I should do a whole video just talking about that because it was life-changing. Question that I got so frequently was how to become an activist, and the answer to that, it's really easy. Activism is not this broad thing that you have to have a specific skill to go into. It's in your community, it's on social media, just reaching out and following something that's bigger than yourself, trying to change the world in little ways. And how do you become one? How do you become the infamous activists like Emma Gonzalez and Linda Sarsour and all these other amazing activists? Just go out. Go to protests, go to rallies, talk to your congressmen, talk to your legislators, and take pictures while you're doing these. Post these pictures, share them with your friends, make sure your friends come with you, and you're going to get known as an activist. Another question that I got a lot is, how did I first become an activist? I have been an activist ever since I was a little kid, and I'm pretty sure you've been an activist since you were a little kid too. It's just the idea of wanting to change the world. But when did I actually start going out and trying to change the world? I was in junior high. I did a lot of things with the refugee community in Utah, and this led me to start speaking at events and start petitioning and to do rallies and all this stuff. So it started out really small, just going and being there, and being a supporter, being an ally, and then they recognize your face and maybe one day they'll ask you to speak. Someone asked, how can people who aren't dedicated activists still participate and help create change? This is a question I get a lot. If I don't like protests and I'm not necessarily my thing, how can I be an activist? You can still be an activist. Like I said in the beginning, it is not a sole one thing that you can do to become an activist. If you aren't dedicated and you don't have time, when you do have time, just do the little things. If you see someone post a petition about a specific cause, read into the cause, sign the petition, send it to your friend. That takes 5 minutes. If someone says, hey, call this representative and talk about this, call the representative, say what's on your mind, end the call. It's so quick, so easy, and it's going to make change. A lot of the things are small. I remember at the Institute, they talked about how activism is just kind of chipping something and then chipping and chipping and chipping at a fence. And eventually one chip is not going to do anything, but all those chips are going to make the paint come off. That makes sense. So just start small, do little things, and then work from there. Someone said, what do you plan to bring awareness to through all the things you do? Some things I want to bring awareness to are some women's rights, African American and Black people rights, refugee rights, transgender LGBTQ rights, and all those things that I just feel passionate about. It's about being a good person and making change and making sure everyone in the community feels safe and feels involved. Very important, how can I be as badass as you? Honestly, fake it till you make it. I'm pretty confident in myself right now, but I'm telling you, when I began and when I started speaking, I was not the confident person that I am today. I was very shy, I was very timid, but if you just fake it and fake it and fake it and fake it, it becomes a habit and then you just become it. What's your best tips for getting involved? Okay, this might sound really weird. Make a Facebook. Like, Facebook is dead, I know, and nobody uses it, but everyone posts their events on Facebook. And these events, or like rallies, protests, advocacy trips, just go on Facebook. You don't have to use it, but whenever you see an event in your community, go to the event. It's really tiny, but it makes the biggest difference. Where do you find your connections to get involved in these activism groups? And sis, I admire you. Aw, thank you. And I need a mentor like you. Where did I find connections? Like I said, make a Facebook and then just find mentors and role models. If you see someone influential that's speaking, go up there, introduce yourself to them, tell them why it impacted you, why you can relate, or why you are an ally to the cause that they're talking about. And if you continue to do that and then afterwards email them, respond to them, debrief them on what's going on in your life, they can become your mentor. Just ask. It's a simple thing as asking, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, I have a question for you. Hey, are you busy? Can we go get coffee? Just little things like that, and you can find a mentor for life. That's what I did, and that's why I'm set. How do you become rich but also be an activist? When people are like, money doesn't matter, you're lying. Money matters, you know, you want to be able to support your family in the future or yourself, put food on the table, have rent, you know, buy a new iPhone every now and then, but be an activist. And activists have other jobs. You can do something amazing with your life, like become a doctor, become a lawyer, make that money, but then on the side, you're advocating for things that you believe in. Like, I don't want to become an activist. I don't want to be an activist. I want to be a lawyer or a journalist or a politician. I don't know yet. We'll see. I change it like every day. But I love activism and I'm never going to stop. So you can become a rich activist. Go speak at events, get commission. That's what Sean King, DeRay, all of them do. They make commission off their events. If you go to a doctor, you're not going to expect the doctor to fix you for free. You know, if you go to a maintenance guy, they're not going to do it for free. Sometimes intellectual property should be paid for. You know, if I'm going to sit there and if I'm going to speak to you for an hour or 2 hours, I deserve a commission, you know what I'm saying? So activists make money and they deserve it because that's their livelihood and they need to be able to eat, you know? I'm a starving activist. Isra Hirsi, I love Isra. Ilham for Congress. She asked, do you focus on issues-based activism or youth-based activism or something else? I feel as issue-based activism and youth-based activism can coincide. You can be a youth and you can follow this issue that you're so passionate about. But I would say that I'm both because I feel that my activism is a lot about getting the youth involved, you know, the young people will win, like David says, but it's also about issues that are more complex than just young adults, things that need to be changed by generation. What do you think is the biggest problem in this world? Honey, that's gonna be a long thing to answer. I think that one of the biggest problems is people are so ignorant, you know, they go through life with tunnel vision where they don't care about anything. I've heard a lot of people say recently, like, politics doesn't matter to me. Like, politics should matter to you. What's happening in the world should matter to you. They're slowly checking off people and identities. And if it doesn't matter to you now, it's going to matter to you soon when someone attacks you for something that you are. A lot of us are using our opinions on politics and forgetting about the moral part behind it. There's a difference between the political things and moral things. I don't want people to die. That's a moral thing. That should not be political. I want people to be reunited with their families. That's not political. That's moral. And people just confuse the two. How did you get yourself out in the world? You have so much clout. I don't have clout at all. Any advice for people going into their junior year of high school? Brace yourself. Junior year is hell. It is the worst year. I promise you. Finish your personal essay in junior year. I didn't do that and that's something I regret. Start looking for scholarships junior year. Didn't do that. Something I regret. Study for ACT in the beginning of junior year. Didn't do that. That's something I regret. See, just learn from my mistakes. Do everything that I didn't do and you're going to be set for junior year. Someone said run for president. I can't run for president. I wasn't born here. When I was a kid, I made like a presentation that I wanted to become the president. My teacher laughed at me and said that wasn't ever gonna happen. True story. True story. The question said, how are you so happy and positive all the time? Trust me, I'm not happy and I'm not positive all the time. It's funny because you don't see that because social media, you only post the things you want people to see. You only post the things that people are going to be envious for, that you can get likes on, or it's just sad, you know, no one's going to post their mental breakdowns on social media. For some people do it and they get mocked or they get stigmatized or say, oh, you're looking for attention. But trust me, I'm not always the person that is portrayed right here, all smiley and goofy. But at the end of the day, I try my hardest to be positive because you only got one life and I don't want to live my life and be 80 and then remember all the times when I was a teenager that I hated myself and that I was depressed. So I just tried to think of the positive. Who of other candidates from the 2016 election would you have wanted to win the presidency? My boy Bernie. I really like Bernie. A lot of people had mixed feelings about him, but I'm telling you, not every politician is perfect. You know, everyone loves Obama. Obama did a lot of shitty things. This isn't a question, but you inspire me so much and I love your slam poem that you wrote. You guys are honestly the nicest people ever. Like, everyone's like, oh, you have so many fans, but honestly, you guys are my friends. DM me, and I hit that follow back squad. How do your parents feel about you being active in protests and marches? So, I come from a really religious Muslim family. In the beginning of all of this, my family was like, no, you know, that's not safe. My mom would never let me like go out with my like Black Lives Matter shirts or have like pins because she thought I was gonna literally get slaughtered. But after some time, they came around to it. They were more comfortable with me going to protests and to events because they realized no one's gonna kill me. And if they do kill me, then... Thank you guys so much for all of the questions. If you asked any question I didn't answer it, I'm sorry. I'll try to do part 2. I got so many questions and I'm so thankful. I really thought I was not going to even get any. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below some other video ideas you want me to do. Follow me on all of my social medias and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Some of y'all really be sly, like with these pickup lines. Oh my gosh. And you guys really think that all of these are positive? You want me to read some of this? One of the questions says, how does it feel to be a part of a pointless resistance? Another one says, why do you speak so much? You guys are honestly so funny. I'm not going to expose the haters. The haters give me followers. Like both of these people are following me, but you know. Someone said drop your skincare routine. Water, that is my skincare routine.